Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Blackburn Rovers. We're looking at Partizan. There's a very good reason. They're kind of like our unofficial feeder club. We bought 4 players from them in the summer. Before we get onto that though, can I just say, we are finally in the Premier League. If you haven't seen the last episode, that's a massive spoiler. We are finally in the Premier League and we've done a hell of a lot of transfers. We're also 3 games into the league season. 2 games. We played 2 league games and a cup game. I'll show you them in a minute, but first, there is a lot of transfers to go through, and there is quite a big transfer out and in to discuss. Ivan Bulger-Basic. He has left for Premiership side Huddersfield. They've paid £25 million in total for him, once you include some various fees and stuff. I think it's 21 up front, 25 in total, but Ivan Bulger-Basic has left. That has meant our transfer kitty has been increased quite nicely. He's not the only big name to leave. French left-back Jamal has also left for the Premier League. He's gone to Leeds. They've paid £5 million up front, £7 million in total after various add-ons and stuff. He's not the only big name to leave. Danny Salvagione, he has also left. This is the biggest name to leave. We have sold him to Juventus for £49 million. Now, last year, he scored 33 goals in 45 games for us. But that kind of money is silly money. So I had no real choice. He was upset anyway. He's left. We had most of that money to reinvest. I think it was 90% of it. So we've still got like 20 million to spend. I've bought a lot of players. A hell of a lot of players. But first, let's finalise the few more players that have left. Because there's a few more for a bit of money. And then a whole load of players have gone out on loan. Darren Fox, he's gone to Nottingham Forest. Have you heard of him? No, I didn't think so, because I don't think he ever played for us. He's gone to Nottingham Forest, 400k. He was never getting in any games for us. For £150,000, Swindon have picked up Serbian left winger Zdravko Toma. He, again, one of those players that he wasn't getting any games for us. Where did we buy him from? Oh, Bacca. I thought we bought him from Partizan. Swindon have also picked up Ben Treacher for £300,000. He did a job. For the year that we had him, or I say the year, we had him for 2 years, he only really played 1 season. He did a job, he filled in for when Jamal was a bit dodgy. He's moved on to the Championship, basically. Let's talk about the transfers in. First up, we're going to go in ascending order from cheapest to most expensive. First in is a player that we've had before. Klaas Mays has returned from his little trip to France. He played 60 games for, is that Lille? I think it's Lille. Scoring 10 goals. He's returned to Birmingham, a free transfer. He's come in as a first team. He's unlikely to be a first team, but I'm kind of glad he's back. He's not as good as I need him to be, but it's Klaas Mays. Next up is Jamal's replacement, Ahmed Bassioni, the Egyptian left-back. Something's gone wrong with work permits, but it's kind of gone wrong in a good way. Bassioni has got a work permit, and I don't know why. He's come in for not a lot of money from Waledegas. Yeah, 19.5k. And he is real good for that type of money. For £250,000, we've wasted some money on Nigerian striker Jonathan Samuel. He could get good, but because we've got promoted, I don't think he's ever really going to hit the heights that we need him to now. For £525k, once again we've broken the work permit system, Julian Ortiz, the Colombian centre-back, has 0 caps, managed to get a work permit somehow. Well, he didn't, and then we got promoted, officially, or formally promoted, I don't know, it's kind of said, yep, you're now in the Premier League, here are your fixtures, and then for some reason he was given a work permit. I don't know why. He's come in for a reasonably cheap deal. He's got a lot of potential. I do like the look of him, and he's a young centre-back. Next up, for £800,000, Stanoje Puljikovic. That'll do. He's come in from Napredak in Serbia. I assume he's in Serbia. He's got 2 caps for Serbia. He was kind of brought in as my number 1 keeper, and then I bought someone else who's much further down the list. He's still very good. And the first player of the Partizan for Dejan Lakisevic. He's joined for £850,000. I think it was £850,000. From Partizan, as I just mentioned. He's immediately gone out on loan to Bristol City. He's got a lot of potential, but he's not going to get in the team just yet. And we have broken the £1 million barrier. This time it is Sifhelele Mabambo. Let's try that again. Sifhelele Mabambo. Sure, close. Mbambo. That'll do. £1 million from Supersport United in South Africa. He, much like the Egyptian guy, who I can never pronounce his name or remember his name, he looks really good and he's only 19 years old. And once again, he's got a work permit somehow. And another left-back has joined. I've bought a lot of left-backs. I don't know whether you've spotted that, because I've only just done it. He is a wonder kid, however. I've literally just spotted that. We've got a wonder kid. Ivan Petrovic has joined, not from Partizan. He's joined from Radniki, Serbian left-back. He's got 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. Looks really, really good. Probably should be playing him as my number 1 left-back. Partizan signing number 2 for £2.5 million. Branko Markovic. He is a right back. He is 22 years old, 8 caps for Serbia. He looks, again, really good. He's 5'4". He's really small. There are actual children taller than him, but that's fine because there are children probably taller than... There are definitely children taller than me. He's come in, £2.5 million. We're getting into kind of, not silly money, but for us, silly money territory. Next up, £2.8 million managed to get us Anton Gruber, Austrian centre-back. He's got 4 under-21 caps. He's very good. I'm probably going to loan him out for the season because he's not going to get in my first team. The third player to join from Partizan, 22-year-old Serbian striker with 4 caps, Nenad Kampar. He's cost, I'm not sure, quite a lot, £2.9 million he's cost from Partizan. Once again, really, really, really good player. I really like the look of him. He is probably going to be the one replacing Bolger Basic. £3.2 million has managed to buy us Klaus Jensen, Danish 21-year-old central midfielder with 1 cap to his name, brought in from FC Copenhagen. What's his name? Nsiala. He's a bit annoyed that we've signed him. But Klaus Jensen, 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. He's really, really good. There's a theme here. Everyone's really good. 4 more permanent signings to go. Next up, from Bologna, 23-year-old Guinean centre-back with 5 caps and 1 goal to his name. He has joined for, it's a big number, it's a very big, £4.5 million he's cost us. He is one of my first-choice centre-backs at the moment. I'm not saying he's going to stay there, but he is currently one of the first-choice centre-backs. The final of the players to join from Partizan is Komnen Dimitrijevic. Maybe that's... I need to change that. Conman? Maybe Conman kind of works, because I can't say Komnen. He's a 23-year-old Serbian striker, 3 caps and 3 goals to his name. He's come in for 8 million, maybe? 5 million. £5 million he's come in for. He looks really good. Once again, he's a complete forward. I think I'm training him up to be a target man, so he's going to potentially replace Danny Salvagione, but we haven't got to our most expensive player yet. The penultimate player is David Belt, an English goalkeeper brought from Brighton. He's cost £8 million. There's a whole load of clauses and fees and whatnot in there. He's been called up to the England squad. Since we've signed him, he's been called up to the England squad. I will admit, he's not as good as what I could have got for £8 million, but he's English, and the Premier League has the rules about needing to have a certain amount of English players, and he does fit the bill, so he will probably be my number 1 keeper for most of the season. Most of our money was spent on this player, Gustavo Ortuzo, 23-year-old Brazilian striker. He's a complete forward. We've brought him in from Atletico Mineiro, I think is ATM. He's cost £19 million. He was my straight replacement for Salvagione. I think he's really good. He's got a tight groin at the moment. He's already scored twice for us in the league in 2 games. I'm hoping it's not money wasted. Final player to mention, Johannes Solom, Norwegian centre-back. He's joined on loan from Newcastle for the season. We're paying him a bit of money. He's in on his rotation, but he's not ours, so I don't care too much about him. So that is our transfer business. £72 million came into the club. £52 million went back out again. Like I said, most of it was spent on Ortuzo at £19 million. David Belt, obviously quite expensive as well. But we've bought a lot, and I mean a lot, of really good young players. So we should hopefully be set up for the next couple of years to be doing all right in the Premier League. In addition to all the signings in and out, there's been a whole load of players gone out on loan as well. Graham White being one to Wickham, Kwaku Bamba to Oldham, Lamine Traore to Vozdovac to try and get his work permit. Mike Kirkgard has gone to Barnsley. I nearly said Burnley, it's Barnsley. Ben McNally to Sheffield Wednesday. Abdoulaye Fall has gone to China to Tianjin. Jordan Fuller to MK Dons. Cyprian Doguru has gone to Dynamo Bucharest. Darren Fox has gone out permanently. We've already mentioned him. Christian James to Workington. Lamine Dow to Bradford City. Dylan Fuller has gone to Colville. Sasa Poppin and Paul Smith have also gone to Bradford City, who you'll notice are one of our feeder clubs now. So, I mentioned, we are 2 games into the Premier League season already. I wanted to show you the first game of the season, but I kind of got a bit excited and wanted to play some games. So, we've played 2 games. We've won a game. We've lost a game. We are sat 7th place in the table. We have scored a ridiculous amount of goals, considering we have also lost a game. First up in the league was a 4-2 defeat against Leicester. I think this was quite harsh on us, but I kind of wanted to try and play some of the pre-existing players like your Steve Simpsons and your Emmanuel Cisse's, players like that. I then kind of realised that might have been the downfall of our side. Anthony Marshall scored the first goal after 32 minutes. It went to half-time at 1-0 to Leicester in the second half. We then went 2-1 up thanks to Adam Fenton and Gaishal Nsiala. Just over 10 minutes after Nsiala's goal, Omar Kano scores in the 77th minute. Samuel Burgon then scores in the 79th minute. And then Kano once again in the 90th minute makes it 4-2 to Leicester. It was a bit of an unfair result to us, but it shows we can definitely score in this league. Defending is questionable. Then our first home game back in the Premier League for about 15 years, I think, at this point. We end up destroying Stoke City 5-1. Gustavo Otuzzo opened the scoring on 26 minutes. Then into the second half, Nenad Kampa gets himself a hat-trick on the 47th, 63rd and 73rd minutes. Vincent Janssen pulls one back in the middle of Kampa's hat-trick. And then Gustavo Otuzzo finishes off the rout in the 80th minute, making it 5-1. Kampa and Otuzzo getting all 5 goals between the pair of them. And then in the Carabao Cup, we played against our feeder club, Bradford City. Nenad Kampa gets 2 goals and Komnan Dimitrijevic also scores a goal. Comfortable 3-0 victory, but it did take a little bit of time to get going. The transfer window has closed, but we still have a massive transfer budget left, and that's mainly because of the Salvagione money. We've still got £25 million to spend. We've got 90,000-ish, 90,000 to spend in our wage budget. We can obviously move some numbers about as well. So we are most certainly in the black for this month, or potentially this season, because I don't think we need anyone else. The final thing to mention before we get into the singular game in this episode is we were trying to move away from Ewood Park, and it appeared on here. I don't see it on here anymore. Like, it's gone, but if we go club and we go facilities, it still says we're at the planning stage. So, we might still be moving, I don't know. There's no kind of news of it going on. I can't ask the board to expand the stadium or build a new stadium or anything like that. So I don't know what's happening with that. So we are playing in the Premier League in 2027-2028 season at Ewood Park, which has been around for a very long time. It was built in 1882. Let's move on to the singular match for this episode, and that is going to be against Tottenham Hotspur at New White Hart Lane, which I assume is going to be fancier than Old White Hart Lane. I'm hoping our start to the season continues in the form we're going on. Obviously, the defeat to Leicester wasn't particularly great, but the victory, the 5-1 victory against Stoke, admittedly, I think they are probably bottom of the table if we can scroll down. They're 18th, so Stoke probably not the best example of a good side. If we can put in a decent performance against Tottenham, I think that will show that we might actually be kind of a mid-table level side at the moment. The starting lineup we are going to go for then against Tottenham. Bear with me because I'm going to struggle. In goal is going to be David Belt. Back 4 of Branko Markovic. Xavier Bulistix retains his place in the starting 11. Abdoulaye Kamara and Ahmed Bassiouni. Ahmed Bassiouni. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Midfield pairing of Klaus Jensen and Dennis Montoya. Fenton and Todd are still the wingers. Nenad Kamper is going to be partnered by Komnen Dimitrijevic. Up front on the bench is Ortuzo. He's just coming back from an injury. Damjanov is still here. He's on the bench. Mabambo is also on the bench. Emmanuel Cisse is also on the bench. There's a lot of players who are still here who perhaps shouldn't be. I mean, Joey Seans might be going out on loan somewhere. Tottenham are playing a 3-4-3 formation. That's concerning because 3 strikers is usually overpowered in this game, which is kind of why I don't want to play 3 strikers, but also at the same time, kind of the reason why I do want to play 3 strikers. I expect by the start of the next episode, a few players might have nicknames, or maybe I might just be pronouncing their names completely different by the start of the next episode. 15 minutes in, there's not really been any action, although Tottenham are having a lot of highlights. Basiuni with a throw. Dimitrijevic, your name's definitely changing. Basiuni, who's been booked very early on by the looks of it, through ball. Dimitrijevic. Jensen, Todd through ball. Camper's there. Camper's hit it just wide of the post. That's our first highlight and our first effort on goal, really. David Belt, the English goalkeeper, kicks it over the halfway line, but it's head forward by Gustafsson. Kane, still at Tottenham, intercepted by Ballistics all the way back to Belt. Cleared upfield, Dimitrijevic. Eric Dyer wins it, Dele Alli. Forward to Kane, Diamata's ball across, Markovic cuts it out, Belt clears once again. Campos not going to bother going for the header. Oh, Pineda gets the ball, Alfonso to Kane, and Kane gets his boot underneath it and hits it over the bar. 27 minutes, Ballistics with a free kick. That's not a good clearance by Markovic. Kane's ball forward. Basiuni cuts it out. Belt clears towards Campar. Sorry, got confused. Todd in towards nobody. Pineda. Dele Alli. Diamata's got 2 players on him. Kane heads it all the way back. Dimitrijevic gets it. Campar's got Todd to his right. Clive Todd. First time pass, Dimitrijevic gets it, tackles, Jensen's in the area, Jensen has a go, and Klaus Jensen has managed to make it 1-0 to Blackburn Rovers at New White Hart Lane in the Premier Bloody League. We're up to 3rd. End of the season now. The goal scorer Jensen with a free kick. Campar's there, it's cleared by Gustafsson. Harry Kane, only player there for the moment, although the rest of the Tottenham team are catching up. He's not the only player there, because Trevino's there, which is an amazing name, and I hope he's real. Trevino gets the ball back. Dele Alli takes a touch, takes it around his man, has a go. It's not a very good effort. I want to have a look at Trevino now. Trevino's pretty good, and his name is Trevino. He's also worth £56 million, so we'll never own him, but he is called Trevino. Goal kick for David Belt to take. Fenton's going to hopefully win the header. Doesn't manage it. Diamata. Dele Alli. Tottenham getting a lot of the ball at the moment. Trevino's ball forward to Afonso. Afonso does get there ahead of Ballistics, who then tackled him back. Markovic. Ball upfield to Clive Todd, keeps it in play. Towards Campar to Montoya. Todd gets the ball back, 2 players in the box. Fenton's one, because I know his name. Dyer gets it clear. Gustafsson's going to collect it. Gustafsson's ball forward. Harry Kane on the halfway line. Diamata. They're playing 3 strikers, but they're not really being able to break us down too much. Trevino into the area, crosses it in. Pineda's there. It's 1 apiece. Their 3 strikers did immediately break us down. Why did I even bring it up? We are just about to get to half-time. It's going to be 1 apiece. Adam Fenton's not playing too well, nor is Markovic by the looks of it. But I don't think we're doing a bad job. I'm thinking, do I take Markovic off? Stevie Simpson is going to come on. He's already played once in the league so far this season. Fenton, I'm going to keep you on for now. Ortuzo can play on that left wing if we need. Damjanov also can play there if we need him. Going to keep with Fenton for the moment. 1 hour played. Nothing's really happening. Fenton's going to come off for Damjanov. And then we're also going to bring on Ortuzo for Camper. And that's all of our substitutions done. So we can just now hope that Ortuzo gets on the end of a Damjanov cross, makes it 2-1, gives us 3 points. 9 minutes of normal time to play. Trevino, Dele Alli doesn't get there. Kamara clears it. Ortuzo, the Brazilian. Ball forward. Vallejo gets it. Montoya across. Damjanov's there. Cross it in. Please, Damjanov. Crossed in. Clive Todd's there. Trevino clears. It's going to go as far as Basioni. Montoya, Damjanov, Todd. Doesn't get it. Montoya's got it back, though. Across to Stevie Simpson. Clive Todd should hopefully run out and give them some options, and they are going to now counter-attack with 8 minutes left to play. Harry Kane in the middle to Afonso. Afonso has a go. David Belt makes a save. We had the chance there. We just did not pull the trigger. Free kick for Tottenham. Dele Alli's there. Afonso's there, and we are going to lose this right at the death. And I've just seen Chelsea 7-3 up against Huddersfield. This is not a very fair result on us, I don't think. We've still got some time. Jensen with an effort. Bulasticks is there. And is it saved? It's just gone wide. Just over 2 minutes left to play. Kane with a header. Dimitrijevic gets it. Vallejo tackles him. No, he doesn't. Ortuzzo. Clive Todd's making a run. Ortuzzo doesn't do anything. Stevie Simpson collects the ball, though. Montoya. Simpson would like it back. Where are you going? Where are you going? Plays it all the way across to Basiuni. Damjanov to Dimitrijevic. Ortuzzo's got plenty of players in there. Dimitrijevic is going to get it back. Crossed in. Ortuzzo's there. In the 92nd minute, Gustavo Ortuzzo makes it 2 apiece, and we're going to pick up a point at New White Hart Lane. I almost said White Hart Lane. It's New White Hart Lane, although eventually it will just be called White Hart Lane. Final highlight of the game, unless Tottenham are going to get something from this. Gustafsson crosses in. It's cleared by Kamara. It is full time, and that is a very good result against a Tottenham side who, let's be honest, they're going to be amazing. At the end of the match week then, we found ourselves sat right in the middle of the table in 10th place. 1 win, 1 draw and 1 defeat to our name. Strangely, Leeds United are top of the table, and that's who we play next. How are Leeds top? I don't know. But I think so far we've started this season off quite well. Next episode, I'm not going to fly through the season like I normally would. We are going to go Man City and West Brom. So we're not going to go very far at all. Man City, I assume, are still really good. West Brom are currently 8th, so they might be really good. Let's just take a look. Their key player, Diakabi, oh my days, he's amazing. Yera Diabate. He is absolute filth. 23-year-old Spanish midfielder. He's only just signed for them as well. He's really good. He's better than like 3 of my players combined. This, however, is West Brom's best player, Lucas Garcia, also Spanish. Just coincidence, really. He's not as good. He's still good, but I think we might have players as good, if not better, than Lucas Garcia. So yes, next episode will be Manchester City and will be West Brom. Hopefully by this point, realistically, can we beat Leeds? I'd say yes. Liverpool, maybe not. Southampton, maybe. Sunderland, hopefully. We might pick up 3 more victories out of those 4 games. Probably 1. I reckon we'll beat Southampton. I think we'll beat Southampton. We'll probably draw with Leeds. We'll lose to Liverpool and draw with Sunderland. Still, not a bad start for a team who struggled to get into the Premier League. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2018 with Blackburn Rovers in the Premier League. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.